SHMACKEMAGOB, people. Now it's time for another donated track by track, and this one is from Kyle Alger. He wanted me to do a band called Status Quo. The album's Piledriver versus Hello. Now let me tell you my history on Status Quo. My brother married this German girl back in the early 80s, and she owned a double live Status Quo album, and I saw it, and it looked like, you know, long hair, rockers, and I was like, ooh, this is something I would like. And I remember it didn't connect. And that's all I know about Status Quo. I never heard anything ever since. When Kyle asked me to do it, I said, well, let me give it another chance. Let me listen to it. And didn't really change. Now, honestly, I've heard much worse. I mean, it's rock and roll. You know, I think it's more of a European thing. I don't think, you know, well, I'm pretty sure I'm positive they never took off in the States. But, you know, it's not something that I really would go out and listen to. And I mean, it's been so many years since I heard that live album, but I'm sure it probably sounded like this. But I did it anyway. So the first song is Don't Waste My Time. Again, kind of rocky, rolly tune. And that one's going against Roll Over, Lay Down, which is pretty good. I kind of liked it. It wasn't bad. So I give a point to that one. So then the next one is Oh Baby versus Claudie. I picked Oh Baby over it, but both of them were kind of like, okay, I guess Oh Baby's better. So I give that point to Oh Baby. Then we got A Year, which is kind of a mellowish tune, going against A Reason for Living, and I'm going with the mellowish one. I thought that one was better. So I give that 1 year a point. Then we got Unspoken Words versus Blue-Eyed Lady. Blue-Eyed Lady I found to be kind of like a fun tune. It was pretty good. It was fun. It was pretty catchy, and I dug it. So I give it to that one, to Blue-Eyed Lady. Then Big Fat Mama versus Caroline. You know, that was a tough one. I couldn't really figure out. I mean, it was almost a coin toss, but I'm giving it to Big Fat Mama. All right. Then we got Paper Plane, which I found very catchy. That was probably the best song out of all these songs. Against Softer Ride, and I'm giving it to Paper Plane. I thought it was the best out of all these songs. All the Reasons, which I found to be a very pretty song, against And It's Better Now, which is not a bad tune. I actually liked it too. But I'm going to go with All the Reasons. I thought it was a better song. Then the last song was Roadhouse Blues versus 4,500 Times, which is 9 minutes long. But, you know, I said this before because somebody asked me to do the Frank Marino What's Next, and he does Roadhouse Blues. I just never was into that song. I'm not a big, you know, bluesy rock guy. I mean, I don't mind the Doors. There's a lot of Doors songs I like Crystal Ship's probably my favorite. And I like some of the hits, People Are Strange and shit like that. But I was never really, you know, into Roadhouse Blues. So I give it to this 9-minute song for 4,500 Times. So in the end, Don't Waste My Time got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Hello got 1, 2, 3. So there you go, Kyle. Thank you so much for donating for these albums. And hey, man, I may have not known it. It's not something I'd probably run out and listen to, but so hey, thanks for donating. And you know, I had a good time listening to these songs. It wasn't bad. I've heard worse. And if you like what you see, please subscribe to my channel, click that little bell, and also if you want to donate for a track by track, my PayPal is below. You want to donate, you know, $10 or up, unless it's something I hate, because I ain't gonna study shit I hate unless you give me a lot of money. Thank you so much for watching, and SHMACKEMAGOB. Hey, check out my podcast, The VIERA Vault, on Spreaker, YouTube, and iTunes. Subscribe. The links are below.
Looking for some new podcasts to listen to? Well, Rat Sound Review Network has plenty of shows to choose from, like Rat Sound Review, where they discuss the latest rock and metal news, as well as interviews and albums. Album vs. Album, the King Diamond Podcast with Wayne Noon, Greg Norgal, and sometimes this guy.
SHMACKEMAGOB!
Ralph VIERA is also on our network with the VIERA Vault. There's also Old Man Metal's Musings, where he discusses heavy metal and beer. Music is Life with Lou Mavs. The Right Opinion for those who love politics. A South Park podcast called Suck My Balls. The Infinite Fringe, a watch-along wrestling show called Beyond Bushido. Ex-Stradivarius guitarist, the Timo Tolkki podcast. And the great Harry Barnett with I Don't Even Like Podcasts. So check out ratsaladreview.com or search Rat Salad Review on YouTube, Podbean, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, and more.